Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's Bitly Enterprise demo and product tour. My colleague Jay Yu, who is a solutions engineer based in our San Francisco office, will be leading today's demo. I'm Tiffany Fowl, one of Bitly's content marketing managers, and I'll be joining Jay today as he walks us through some of our features and tools. Throughout the demo, I'll be sharing some of the most popular ways businesses use Bitly in their everyday workflows. Here's a look at today's agenda. As you can see, we're going to start with Bitly links. Jay is going to walk us through how to easily create and sort your links, as well as give us an overview of the metrics you have access to on each and every one of them. Then we'll move into the custom Bitly links section, where Jay will go over what a custom branded link is and how to redirect a link to a new target URL. Next, in the dashboard section, we'll get a high-level overview of your top links and activity. Here we'll also learn how to select and manage different groups. In campaigns, we'll walk you through how to use this section to organize all of your Bitly links in order to better manage and measure your team's campaigns. You'll also learn how to automatically add UTM parameters on your Bitly links so you can share multiple links pointing to the same target URL and track individual click metrics on each of them. Then we're going to go over the Bitly API, including a few ways businesses are leveraging it before diving into some of the other apps that integrate with Bitly. And finally, Jay is going to cover mobile deep linking and how your business can use it to drive app engagement and downloads. We have a lot to cover today, so I'm going to hand it off to Jay now so he can get started.
Hey everyone, I'm Jay. Our platform has a lot to offer, so let's dive straight into it. So what we're looking at here is the Bitlinks page. The very first page you'll see when you log into our platform. This is where all of the links that you're managing will exist. So as you can see right here, these are some of the links that have been shortened already. But creating a link within our platform is as simple as going to the create button up at the top right. Once you do so, a menu will pop up. You'll be able to select the domain that you want to shorten with. So the default is bit.ly, but if you were to host additional custom domains within our platform, you'll be able to start branding your links with these additional domains. So if I select bit.ly is, for example, I'll be able to paste a long URL in. Once I paste this long URL in, the link will be shortened. As you can see right here, the page that I just pasted in is now bit.ly is with this random alphanumeric in the back. And we give you the flexibility to change this back half. So since this is bit.ly is, and I just typed in the link for resources, I can say bit.ly is resource. And by typing in resource, moving forward, rather than individuals needing to type in that random alphanumeric to access the link, they can have something more memorable. So bit.ly is resource. Below that, we also give you the flexibility to add tags to your links as well. This just makes it easier at a future date when you come back into our platform and you want to sort through all of your links and view the metrics on particular links. You can start adding a single tag or a multitude of tags to easily sort through all of your links. And then with that, I'll hit save. As you can see, the link has now been shortened, edited, but since we just created this link, there's not a lot of data behind it. So let me go ahead and sort. So up at the top left, you'll have the ability to sort by date created, as well as top performing. By sorting by top performing, we're able to see this particular link right here that actually has some metrics behind it. So all of your links will be capturing click data. So we'll see the total amount of clicks. Right here, it says 78,000. We're also able to track when the clicks occurred as well on the particular days. And then below that, we'll see referring channel and location data. What referring channels are where individuals coming from and what platform are they coming from. So if this link were to be posted on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, then as individuals engage with this particular link on those platforms, we're actually able to segment that out and say these individuals came from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, giving you some insights as to where these 78,000 clicks are coming from. With that, we're also able to track from a geolocation perspective at a country level as well. So what this is saying is a lot of engagement from Indonesia, United States, and Brazil, and we all segment that out. And you'll have the ability to export this data into a CSV also. I'm also going to unhide this chart. It provides an aggregate view of your top performing links on a per day basis based on the time frame that we're looking at. So we can see the total amount of clicks per day. We're also able to overlay the referring channels. And if, let's say, I don't want to see Facebook or I don't want to see other websites, we can get rid of some of these charts as well. And then we're also able to overlay location data as well. So Once again, we can remove some of these if we don't want to view them. And with that, we're also able to sort by date created, so see how many links we're creating on a per day basis. And if we ever want to change the time frame that we're looking at, we can just simply select the date range right here, sort by hour, sort by day, sort by week or month, or do those ourselves manually through the calendar right here. And if we ever want to filter our links based on tags or anything that we've done, we can filter our links based on user tags. We can also hide links as well by going through this workflow right here, where we'll be able to select multiple links to group tag them, hide them, or export these links. Okay, so the next section that we're going to dive into is custom bit links. Custom bit links is a link that is branded, so bit.ly is, as well as having the back half of the short link defined as well, as you can see here and go. So traditionally links, if they're not branded, the default is bit.ly. But when we have a custom bit link, as you can see here, the custom bit link, or custom domain actually, is bit.ly is, and the back half is here and go. This opens up the possibility to do something called a redirect. The redirect is a functionality that allows you to change the long URL moving forward for this short link. So as you can see right here, this is the current target URL that individuals will go to when they go to bit.ly as here and go. But if I were to paste a new target URL in here and hit the redirect button, moving forward with 2 clicks of a button, you'll be able to direct your end users to a new landing page. We'll always keep that historical data of those links as well. So as we scroll down below, we'll always be able to see that this was the original URL that was associated to this custom bit link. This was the total amount of clicks that were captured, the time span in which this link was alive. But right now, this is the current target URL as it's been redirected. This is the total amount of clicks, the time span. And if we ever want to get granular with the metrics, we can always do that by clicking here. And we can always see these charts that you're familiar with already, the total amount of clicks, when the clicks occurred, the referring channels, as well as the location data. The next section that we're going to dive into is the dashboard section. The dashboard allows you to view all of your link metrics at an aggregate level. Everything that we're looking at previously really corresponded to a single link and its data. Where the dashboard comes in handy, it groups all of those metrics together to give you this view. So what we're looking at right here is the group enterprise. Within the bit.ly platform, you'll have the ability to create different groups to silo out your links and its metrics. So we're looking at the enterprise group. And you're also able to set the time frame in which you want to see your metrics. So we're looking at the past month at the moment. So as of right now, 86 links have been created in the past month for this group. 54,000 clicks have been captured. We're also able to track the uniqueness of these clicks as well. And with that, we're able to generate a ratio of 1.1 clicks per unique. If this number were closer to 1, we'll be able to say that individuals on average are opening up the links only once and closing it. If this number were higher, let's say 3, for example, on average, individuals are taking your links, opening up 3 times and using those links 3 times. Moving over to the right, this is organic shares, and it's very unique to bit.ly. What this is saying is you'll have the opportunity to associate domains to the bit.ly platform. For example, BuzzFeed uses this feature where they associated BuzzFeed.com to their bit.ly account. So if I were to type in BuzzFeed.com and then hit shorten, traditionally we would think that this was shortened to bit.ly as the custom domain. But as you can see right here, because of auto branding and organic shares being enabled, they have bzfd.it moving forward. So anytime any bit.ly user shortens a link on behalf of BuzzFeed, they'll get the custom domain bzfd.it instead of bit.ly. Bringing it back to bit.ly and the metrics here, what this is saying is 8,400 links have been shortened on bit.ly's behalf. And of those 8,000 links that were shortened on bit.ly's behalf, 153,000 clicks have been captured. So the next section that we're going to go into is campaigns. Campaigns really gives you the flexibility to put structure behind all of the links that you're managing within the bit.ly platform. So what we're looking at right here is one of the campaigns that bit.ly has created, bit.ly webinar. Once you create a campaign, you'll be able to associate different channels to your campaign. So as you can see right here, blog, organic social, website, email. But if I were to click into a different campaign, you can see the channels are different. Once you've associated channels within your campaign, you'll be able to start associating links to these channels. So as we can see right here, this is one of the links that is tied to the blog channel of the Bitly webinar campaign. When metrics start accruing for this particular link that is associated to the channel, it'll be fed back into the channel. And then when we take a step back and look at it from a campaign level, those metrics will actually be fed in as well. So this gives us the ability to make comparisons between how each link is performing on the channel, and also gives us the flexibility to do an apples to apples comparison of how the metrics are doing on a per channel basis. So we can mouse over each individual channel to see the total amount of clicks. We can also scroll down to see when the clicks are occurring on a per day level as well. So this really gives you the flexibility to make quick insights as to how your channels are performing. Adding channels to a campaign is as simple as going to the edit button right here. If I move over to the right, we'll be able to see that these are the 4 channels that are listed to the campaign. If I were to type in additional channels, we'll be able to see that these are some of the channels that have been created. I can go ahead and add one of these channels. If there's a channel that isn't quite there, I can type it in and always create this channel as well. So I create webinar, and then if I move back and then type this channel in, I'll be able to add this channel in as well. So once I've added the channels in, I'll be able to either add bit links now or add bit links later. If I were to save and add bit links later, we'll be able to see that these particular channels that I just associated to the campaign have been added. And then adding links is as simple as either clicking into the channel and adding links individually, or I can add it from the campaign level as well. When I do so, I'll be able to type in a URL here. And one great feature that Bitly offers is auto adding UTM parameters, where I'll be able to check this box off and then be able to select the channels in which I want bitly.com to exist in the particular channel. So if I check these particular channels, what this will do is it'll shorten bitly.com only in these 2 channels, or I can even select all if I want bitly.com in all of these channels. Once I create, it will auto add the UTM parameters. And once it auto adds the UTM parameters, if I were to click into the channels, as you can see, bitly.com has been added. The campaign is tied to the name of the campaign, so Bitly webinar. The medium is always going to be Bitly, and the UTM source is always going to be the channel name. So for this case, it's email last call leads. And then this is the corresponding short link that we can start sending out. But if I click into the webinar channel that I created, everything is the same except for the UTM source, but we also get a different short link as well. But this is extremely helpful when you want to direct your end users to the same landing page in the scenario bitly.com, but you want to keep the metrics separate. So you can start sharing these links, these short links, into their own corresponding channels. And once again, when those metrics start feeding back into the channel and into the campaign, you can make those side-by-side comparisons. And Tiffany is going to dive into a few examples on how our customers are utilizing campaigns.
This is actually one of my favorite sections of Bitly. I use it all the time as part of my own day-to-day workflow, and I use it to see how content is performing across different channels that we share it on. Many of our customers use this section to organize and track their influencer marketing campaigns. And they do this by creating a campaign, as Jay just showed us how to do, and then setting up individual channels for each of their influencers. Then they give those influencers unique bit.ly links, which are also added to their respective channels within the campaign. This allows them to track click metrics on each of those links so they can see who their top influencers are and can then focus on those that are actually creating value for their business. This is just one of the many examples to show you how businesses are using this part of Bitly to learn who or what is driving value for their brand.
So what we're looking at here is the Bitly API. The Bitly API is extremely useful when you want to create links programmatically and do them at scale. Everything that we've been looking at so far was generation of links and management of links within our platform. We can take that out of our platform and do all of this via our API. So whether you're managing or creating a single link, thousands of links, or millions of links, you can do all of that programmatically through our open RESTful API, as you can see right here. And if you ever want to see the API documentation, it's at dev.bitly.com. On the topic of APIs, Bitly also has a lot of integrations that other platforms have built us on top of. This is a list of official integrations that have been built. So if you use any of these platforms and want to utilize Bitly within these platforms, Most commonly, the workflow is going through the settings of these platforms, syncing up your Bitly account. And once you sync up your Bitly account, you'll be able to utilize the shortening features of Bitly, utilizing the custom domain that you have hosted within Bitly as well. And no longer do you need to jump between the multiple platforms to shorten links. You can start managing and shortening your links within these platforms.
Okay, thank you, Jay. If you want to browse through that list of integrations that Jay just shared, you can do that on our support site, support.bitly.com. And on the topic of the Bitly API, so some of our customers use it to create links at scale to send out in SMS-based promotions, special offers, appointment reminders. We even have some customers that use it to send out feedback surveys to help them better understand the parts of their customer experience that are working versus the areas that may need more improvement. So I'm going to share one specific use case featuring our customer Hermes ParcelNet, which is the second largest package delivery service in the UK. And they use Bitly as an SMS tracking communication solution. So before they began implementing Bitly, most of the character count limit for their SMS tracking messages was used up by the long link tracking codes that they pasted within each of their messages. But what was worse was that the long tracking URLs would sometimes break in the middle of two messages, which meant that the person receiving the message couldn't depend on the link to take them where they needed to go. So to give you a sense for Hermes's link volume needs, they create as many as 250,000 links on any given day. And what they did was they leveraged Bitly's API to swap out long URLs for Bitly links. And as a result of this, they've completely transformed the company's end-to-end SMS experience. So now in every SMS, Hermes uses a branded short link, and that means that it not only has room to deliver more informative messages, but it also keeps the Hermes brand front and center as well.
Thanks, Tiffany. So the final section that we're going to go into is mobile deep links. What a mobile deep link is it allows you to start utilizing the links that you're sending out to direct your end users to your mobile applications to drive app re-engagement or just to drive app engagement overall. So what that ultimately looks like is if I were to navigate into my mobile device, my iPad as you see right here, and if I were to engage with this particular link right here that looks like a generic short link, instead of being directed to the mobile web, since this is a mobile deep link, I'll be instead driven to the mobile application. And not only does it open the mobile application, it actually drives you straight into a specific portion of the application itself. So the great thing about Bitly is that with our mobile deep linking feature, not only are you driving end users to the app, we also give you the flexibility to prompt them to download the app if they haven't already. We can direct them, as you can see right here, to this landing page saying, if you don't have the app, do you want to go to the App Store, their corresponding Android or Apple store to download the application? Or you can also give them the flexibility to continue onto the mobile website. If I hit continue onto the mobile website, we'll be able to see that it's taken to the same page, but instead of the application, now they're on the mobile web viewing the same page. That was a really quick run through of the Bitly platform and its features. If you're interested in learning more, Tiffany will be providing contact information in the next slide.
All right, thank you so much, Jay. Hopefully this was useful to all of you who have followed along, and if you're interested in learning more about Bitly, you can get in touch with our sales team using the contact information you see here on the screen. Thanks for joining us for today's demo and product tour, and we hope to hear from you soon.